Good morning. And joining me, special guest, we've got Adam Ramey from Dropout Kings. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. A pleasure to talk with you. I love the band. Give us a little background.
Appreciate it.
Where are you guys from? You're out west somewhere.
Yeah, we're from Arizona. A little backstory. We were all in another band a few years ago called the Bad Chapter, and we were doing stuff, and then it kind of just wasn't working out. I was like, I want to make like another band, and so I was wanting to do like a cover though first, and then I was like, okay, let's do a Linkin Park cover, and then I was like, I want a legitimate rapper to do like Mike Shinoda's parts. So I was just like on Facebook, and then one of my friends posted a like AZ Underdog cipher, and it was just like a video of a bunch of different rappers, and I saw Eddie on there, who's like the rapper in our band now, and I was like, that's the guy that I want. And then I contacted him, and then we did the cover, and we got along really well, and we put out the cover on YouTube. It did really well, and then I was like, let's make a band out of it. And then yeah, after that everything started kind of taking off. We dropped a couple of songs, got a deal with Napalm Records, put out our first album. Then after that we did a deal with Stay Sick Records, and then did an album, and then now we got signed to Suburban Noise, and then now we're working on a new record. So that's pretty much like, and then I took everybody from the old band and then brought them into this one pretty much.
Who are those guys then?
That Stage, Chucky, and was our other drummer Trevor, but we got a new one. His name is Joe. But yeah, so it's pretty much all those guys from the other band, and then I brought them into this one.
So what is the writing process with the band? Because you mix it up. Some songs are more
Yeah,
straight up rock, some of them are more rap heavy, and they're all great, by the way.
thank you. Yeah. We the process is kind of a little weird. It's we usually start out with like a beat, just like a rap beat, and then me and Eddie will put vocals on it, and then the guys will put the instrumentals on after that, and it kind of like builds around the vocals mainly. But that's pretty much the main process, and I feel like that's how we really bring in the element of like the rap part of it a lot, is like writing to the beats rather than the actual instrumentals. But yeah, that's pretty much the process that we typically do.
Well,
And
okay,
then
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and then me and Eddie will like we'll pick a subject, and then he'll write his parts, I'll write mine, and then we'll kind of put them together and kind of just flesh it out that way.
Well, that's cool. It sounds great, and we'll get to Virus in a second. But when did Glitch Gang come out? Is that there's like 7 songs, I think. Was that just released?
We just did a re-release because we did release it during the pandemic, but it just, we weren't even able to tour off of it or anything, so we had it out for a while, and then we got on this new label, and then they did a whole re-release. We added another song to it, and I mean, it didn't fall on deaf ears for the most part whenever it first came out. But I mean, like I said, we weren't able to tour off of it or do anything. So now we're kind of like re-pushing it all and everything now.
Well, I like the title track. That's really killer. I love Glitch Gang.
Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, that one's definitely an interesting one. It's probably like one of my favorite songs that we have, I would say, for sure.
I tell you what, one of the other songs that I really love, I think came out a couple of years ago, and again, I kind of based off Virus, and I was on YouTube. I saw Glitch Gang, and then this song called "Bad Day" came up. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's awesome! What a great tune!
Thank you.
Love the video too.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, anybody who struggled at work or hates their boss,
Yeah,
they need
that's
to see
the
Bad Day.
one. Yeah, that's the song for you for sure. That's exactly what we wrote it for.
Well, tell me about this new release now, and you guys are getting spins, and we're gonna play it here. We added the song as well to our rotation, which will start next week. But tell me about the song Virus. You guys are getting spins all over the country with this now.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's pretty cool to see. I mean, I've never had that before, so it's definitely really cool, honestly. But yeah, it's interesting that behind that track, because we wrote it like we wrote that track like September of 2019, and I remember like writing it, and I was like, I didn't know if I wanted to call it Virus because I was like, well, I don't know if people are gonna actually like be able to relate to that because there's no like virus or anything like that. And then like a few months later, all that stuff started happening, and I'm like, wow, this gave it like a whole new context, you know? So it was pretty crazy to kind of like watch that flesh out. I'm like, wow, this is weird.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
You wrote that pre-COVID, you wrote
that? Yeah, because it's actually like the song, it's called Virus, but it's really like a metaphor, but it turned out to be a lot more literal in actuality. So it was really weird though, man. It was really weird. And then you talk about the Glitch Gang song. I was like, it's kind of like a glitch in the system, you know? It's like, it's crazy.
Wow, that's crazy how that fit.
Yeah, it's really weird.
We're talking with Adam Ramey from Dropout Kings. How did you decide on the names? Is it fit? Somebody dropped out of school, something dropping out of mainstream society? What tell me about that?
That's literally, yeah, it's funny that you said the mainstream society thing, because that's actually kind of what it is you know, just dropping out of like the normal way of life, you know, and kind of doing what you want to do. But we all are pretty much dropouts, except Eddie. He has a college degree, but all the rest of us are dropouts. But it's funny though, because initially we were called Phoenix Down, and that was like a video game reference, but we were also from Phoenix, Arizona, so it kind of worked out. But then we got signed to Napalm Records, and they're like, hey, there's like this smaller band that like has that name. So we tried to like reach out to them, and they just weren't responding or anything. So they're like, let's just rename it. And actually the label helped us come up with it. We had like Dropout in mind, and we were like dabbling around like Dropout Season, Dropout whatever, and they're like, what about Dropout Kings? And we hated it. They're like, they liked it and we hated it at first. And so we were like internally struggling with that. And then now, I mean, in hindsight, I couldn't imagine it any other way. Now we love it. But yeah, before it, we didn't like it. And it's funny how things work out, but now I couldn't imagine any other way.
Well, you're connecting with the song, and because you can tell by the votes in our Monday Night Mosh, you're our current champ. I don't know how many votes you got the last couple of weeks, but an ass load. And you have some rabid fans. This song is really connecting with people.
Appreciate that, man. I'm glad it is. We put a lot of effort and thought into everything, so it means a lot. Appreciate that.
So what are the plans this summer? I know you have some tour dates and things. Can we announce that? Can we talk about that?
Yeah. We got a tour in June. It's pretty much like our first headliner. We're kind of just getting out there, getting our feet wet again, just trying to do a few things. It's more of like a Midwest tour. And then in July, we're going out with Head PE. And then that'll carry on to about August. And then in September, we have another tour that's like East Coast. And then we're playing Rebel Rock Festival. And then that's pretty much all we have right now, I believe. But, and SRH Fest too. That's going to be in October, I think. But yeah, pretty stacked next few months.
Well, that'll be fun. Boy, that Head PE show is going to be killer. I think you guys will fit in.
Yeah,
with those
definitely. Guys. It's funny too, because like almost every night on tour, someone comes up and they're like, "You guys remind us of Head PE." So I'm like, I guess that's where we need to be.
That's cool. Well, okay, where can people find out more information about you guys? I know on Apple Music they can find a bunch of stuff, and tell me about other places people can grab your music.
Yeah. Any major platform like Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, like you said. Just look up Dropout Kings, and then on Instagram it's at Dropout Kings AZ. Same for Twitter, and then Facebook, just look up Dropout Kings.
Very cool, Adam. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. Maybe
Thanks for having me.
If you get anywhere near Minnesota in your travels, we'd love to have you.
100%. Yeah, that would be awesome. We'll probably be through on the tour in September, actually.
Love it, dude. Thank you so much. Let's play the song.
Dropout.
Let's
do it.
Yeah, here's Virus. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And I